Hey guys, hope you are all doing well. Prime Collections here. Well, as you noticed, we have Goku, we have Sloth here, and what that usually means is it is a Funko News and Updates video. What I usually do with these is when we have a lot of reveals for an event or a convention or a festival, I usually like to talk about it in these kind of videos, plus other things that have come out over this last weekend. I want to discuss that all with you guys here today, but let's not hesitate. Let's not wait any longer. Let's get into the world of Funko today. So before we get into our convention announcement and that kind of stuff in general, I wanted to talk about some reveals that occurred over the weekend that I thought were either extremely cool or extremely unnecessary in general. The first of these were we had some movie moments that came out, and each one of these I think is really well done in terms of you can actually look at these out of box and know exactly what movie it's from, what the moment in the movie is, and what is going on at that point in time in the movie. So for me, if you look at all three of these, we'll start off with the first one that was revealed, which was the Elf one. Now, I'm not too familiar with the movie Elf, but a lot of people really enjoy it as a Christmas movie. It seems like you have the narwhal here, seems like you have the penguin here, seems like you have the actual character Elf, and it seems like it's a scene from the movie. I might actually have to go back and watch it because it has been quite a while since I've seen this, but this one seems to be very popular based upon likes I've seen on not only Twitter but Instagram as well. Next up, we have the Griswold family standing in front of the house after Clark has officially put on all the Christmas lights lit up. It is from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and you can immediately recognize that this is the scene from the movie where it is completely lit up. You know what movie it is, and it's very well represented. Plus, you have the four iconic family member characters all shown here in front of the house. And finally, we have our look at the third and final pop moment of this, or these movie moments, and that is the Home Alone sequence where Kevin is at the top of the stairs. You have Harry and Marv trying to come up the stairs, and he launches the paint cans directly into their faces and knocks them down the stairs. This is a hilarious moment from the movie Home Alone. It's a classic moment, and you immediately know what it is when you see it. That is one thing I could say that they did extremely well. I think all of these are awesome, and I think that they retail for $50, and most of them are being seen at your local Walmart. So head on over there if you want to pick those up today. Two things that I also noted over the weekend that were of note. We had to look at another WinterCon piece in Jack the Ripper. This one, for a lot of Black Clover fans, has been a must-have that they've wanted for a long time. I know personally I've had a couple people comment on my videos talking about how they would love to have this in pop form. I've never seen Black Clover, so I don't know too much about the character. I know he's not essentially a very large character in terms of story, but he is a very sought-after character in terms of collectability and Funko, and I think that they did a great job here. It seems like he's protruding some energy. Seems like it's a very iconic moment from the show, and it seems like a lot of people are extremely happy to have this one be available for them to collect coming this December 2nd. The other one of note is the Monsters Inc. VHS cover. I don't necessarily know how to feel about this because I don't remember Boo ever officially wearing the Monsters Inc. helmet from the factory in the movie. I think it was maybe at one point in time, but as far as like a VHS cover, I think that the VHS cover needs to be completely reminiscent of what was the VHS cover. If you're going to have Sully and Boo on the cover, or on the VHS cover, and you're going to use that as your VHS cover, you need to have Sully and Boo in pop form as the representing piece. And I would like to see them do that more often because it seems like they take a VHS cover, they put it as a background, and they take a part of that VHS cover, but they don't actually do the full cover. And I think if they're going to want to have success with these and have these be actually collectible, they need to be recreating the whole VHS cover, which wouldn't be hard to do, but it would be more time and more money, so I don't know if they ever will do that. And as I was talking about WinterCon, it seems that Funko also had another kind of convention or massive release planned, and that is APALOOZA 2022. I don't know if they've done this beforehand, and if they have, will someone let me know down in the comments. It seems like they're kind of feeding off of Lollapalooza, kind of that same verbiage in terms of what they're using to represent this convention. And as such, it is a lot of different musical artists in pop form. And for me, that was cool to see, especially if you are a collector of musicians. And I think it's a lot of ones that people haven't necessarily had released yet. So they're going to be a little bit more collectible because they're the first versions of these. So we're just going to kind of go through these one at a time, try not to stick too long on them, and just kind of discuss them a little bit and my thoughts on them. So first off, we had Bella Porch in what seems to be an album cover. I know nothing about this musical artist, but it seems that Funko is going full steam into creating Funko Pops of her. They've done, I want to say, a Funko Shop exclusive. They released one at the Frightmare on Fun Street event. And with this, they're having an album cover and a pop coming out. So it seems like they're really going full head steam into actually creating her. And I think that it's because she either has fandom or people definitely want her as a musician in their collection. I don't necessarily know, but this one looks okay, and I don't really have anything negative to say about it. Next up, we got Mr. Holy Diver himself, Mr. Ronnie James Dio. I'm excited to see this. I love, heavy metal from the 70s, the 80s. I love that time of music when it comes to that, genre, and to see him in pop form is amazing. I think they did a great job representing him. I think it's a classic, iconic look, and I'm very excited for when this one does drop. We also got Flavor Flav, and what can you say? You know exactly who this is when you look at this pop. From the sunglasses, to the Viking helmet, to the clock around his neck. They did a great job representing the musician and the artist, and I think that this one is very cool. Next up, we have a 4-pack. Now, they've already done each of these pops, but we do have an Iron Maiden 4-pack from Anime Exclusive, or Anime Earth. I'm not sure which one. And it seems like all 4 of these have an aspect of them that glow in the dark. And when they've done 4-packs that have glowed in the dark in the past, only one piece has glowed in the dark. So maybe they finally learned from their mistake and made the full set glow in the dark. And if so, that makes this more sought after. And I hope that if they're going to do 4-packs of glow in the dark, I would hope that they follow this example and end up making all the pieces glow in the dark. So it makes that set that much cooler. We also got singles and a 5-pack of New Kids on the Block. That is all 5 members of the original band. And, for nostalgia's sake, this one might be cool to get as more of a joke than it is actually, like a fandom. For me, New Kids on the Block wasn't something I was really big into. It was a little bit before my time, or just in general, I wasn't really big into boy bands back then. So for me, if you are a fan of these guys, you'll be able to pick up either a 5-pack of them or singles of them and look for these to be coming out relatively soon. We also got another Notorious B.I.G. pop in the form of an album cover. This is from his Born Again album. It's a very cool figure, but we've already got a lot of Notorious B.I.G. pops, so I'm not too big on this one. Probably will not be getting this one for either me or my girlfriend. We then got a Pantera 4-pack, and I really appreciated this because Pantera is one of those bands that I grew up listening to about the middle of my teenage years. I really enjoyed a lot of their music, and to actually see this in pop form is very cool. Will I pick it up? I don't know, but I think they've done a great job representing each individual member of the band, and I think if you were pulling out this out of box, you might actually recognize who they are. And the last few things announced from APALOOZA, we have the South Park boy band FB. If you know the name of the band, great. I'm not going to say it here. They did that in not only an album cover, which I think is really well done with the album behind them in platinum, which I think is amazing because if you watch the episode, you'll understand the joke of that. We also have each member of the band, which is Cartman, Kyle, Kenny, and Stan in their band outfits. They are also individual pops, so you can look for those to be coming out relatively soon. We also have a 5-pack of the band The Cure. I never really listened to them growing up. I never really knew a lot of their music, but if you're a fan of The Cure, look for this to be coming soon. We've got the lead singer of Twisted Sister, Mr. D. Schneider, in full garb and full makeup. We have a Twisted 2-pack. I don't know much about these guys either. So for me, this is another Twisted kind of album or slash pop because we already had an album cover from them. So I'll be interested to see how this turns out. And finally, we have an Usher album cover here for you Usher fans out there. This was announced, I want to say in collaboration with, I think it was Warner Brothers, but I don't know for sure. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. But this is cool to see because you kind of can tell immediately it looks exactly like the album cover. If his head was turned a little bit sideways more, I think it would be better represented. But this is what I'm talking about. You can tell what this is because it is legit just the album cover in pop form. And it's the full album cover. You know what you're getting here. So for me, I think that that's really well done in terms of an accurate representation of the album cover. But yeah, guys, that's really all the news and updates for, this Papapalooza and stuff that came out over the weekend. What did you guys think? Is there anything that you're thinking about picking up here? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, thank you for sticking around through the entirety of this video. It really helps me out. You can do me 2 more things before you go. If you could please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out tremendously. And as always, I will see you guys later.